One of my best friends' sister is having a baby. She's currently pregnant, due in, I don't know, 4 months or so. And so I was reflecting back on when I was pregnant, which was, well, pregnant with my first son, which would have been over 11 years ago. He's 11 now. And so I was thinking about how much my attitudes changed and what I really wish I had known from the start. And so just wanted to share. So if you're expecting and you're preparing to have a baby, these are just things that I was reflecting on that I think they would be beneficial. So first of all, I remember before, I think before I was even pregnant, actually, I said, oh, when I have a baby, just cut me open and take that baby out. And I think it was because I was afraid of the whole process, right? Afraid of giving birth, thinking it was going to be painful, and also thinking, why not just cut you open and take the baby out? Okay, so fast forward, and my husband and I heard about the movie The Business of Being Born, and we watched it together. And after the movie, I looked at him and was like, you can't unknow what you know, right? So I knew at that point that for me personally, I absolutely wanted to try for a natural birth, an unmedicated birth, and one that had minimal intervention. And so that's what I set out to do. So I hired a doula, and a doula is someone who is there as a coach. And so they came to our house a couple times to prepare us, me mostly, but also Chris, because he was very much in it. And this was super beneficial. And we talked about things that I had done in my life that were challenging. And the one thing that I was thinking was I had run a marathon at that point. And if you run a marathon, or if you've run any kind of long distance or done any kind of competition, not for time exactly, but really just to do it, you know that there is a point where you don't think you're going to make it. It's generally, mile 18 to 22 or so, and you are just fatigued, and it's really a mental battle at that point. And so that's what I drew on. I was like, I hit that wall in the marathon, and I kept going. I talked myself into it, and you really do. You need to be able to, it's a mental game as much as it's a physical game, and it's really, even more so I think with childbirth. So anyhow, I think it helps to draw on this. If you plan to have a natural birth, I think back on your experiences thus far. What have you gotten through? What circumstances have you talked yourself through mentally? And what did that look like, so that you can draw from that and really just give yourself confidence that you can do this. And I assure you that you can do this. We as women are made to give birth naturally, and it's a beautiful, beautiful thing. I had all three of my boys natural. My second one didn't go quite as planned, so I did have Pitocin because my water broke and I just was not progressing. That was a little bit of a different story, but I still got through it. And I think that there's so many things. There's breath work that you can do. You can hire a doula. You can really practice relaxation techniques and deep breathing. And there's hypnobirthing. I listened to some of that. But really, I read books. There's amazing books on there. Ina May, actually, I still remember her name after all these years. She has amazing books that I would highly recommend. And it's really about building the story of why is this important to you. And so for me, I felt like a natural childbirth was the most beneficial thing that I could do for my baby. When they go through the birth canal, they get all kinds of amazing bacteria from you. And this is setting them up for success from the get-go. It's also super empowering. I draw on that so many times in my life. I think, things are hard, and I can do hard things, I did that. And really it is an ultimate surrender. So, contractions will come, and they are intense at points. And there is nothing to do except for breathe and to surrender to it. Fighting it does not help. Getting in your head mentally does not help. You have to fully focus your attention, and really, your body kind of does it for you, and you are so in it because you have to be in it because it's that intense that, your body does what it is supposed to do. And there's also amazing stories. People have, ecstatic births. They have orgasms during birth, they have all sorts of things. I did not experience that. However, I had beautiful labors and deliveries. I really did. My middle son, when I got Pitocin, that was pretty fast and furious. That was the most intense. Definitely the most challenging. There was a point in time where I was like, I don't know if I can do this, but I also had my husband, who was an amazing partner and coach and just support system for me. And so, for me, I would look at him and we got through that together. But anyway, for me, water was amazing for all 3 of my labors. I was in a bathtub for my first baby. My second, they wouldn't let me be in the tub, so I was in the shower the whole time. And my last son was born in a birthing center, and interestingly, I got in the bathtub thinking that's where I want to be, and it just didn't feel right to me at that time, so I got in the shower and I stayed in there until I was essentially ready to push. But it's such an interesting process, and I really, encourage you, if you're interested in a natural childbirth, to read and to research and to know that your body is made for this and that you are capable and you absolutely can do it. And reach out to me if I can be of any help or support. I would be happy to. I think that so many times in life in general, we run from things that are uncomfortable or challenging, and being able to sit with it and know that you are going to get through it is really a beautiful blessing. And I would also offer that you can plan and you can do everything right, and there are circumstances beyond our control. And if that happens and the birth does not go as you hoped, please, first of all, give yourself grace and allow yourself time to process that. And, get help. I think that can be really traumatizing for some moms. And if it is for you, that's okay, right? Offer yourself love and know that, in this whole thing, really, we are surrendering to what is. So our planning can only go so far, and it really goes out the window when you're in the moment. And, obviously all of us have the goal of having a healthy baby. And that is the most important thing. I hope this helps. I could talk about this all day long, and I think we're already getting long, so I'm going to cut it short. Reach out to me if there's anything that I can help you with specifically, or any questions or anything. At this point in my life, there is nothing that is TMI. I am open to talking about all of life's beautiful, messy, ugly, disgusting things. So I'm here for you. Wishing you all well. Thank you so much for your time.